In my opinion, Kevin Durant is a top 3 scorer ever. And it's not a big secret that he's one of the best scorers ever. Most people would probably have him in the top 10, maybe in the top 5. Maybe some people have him out the top 10, but I think we can all agree he's a pretty damn good scorer. Personally, I have him in the top 3 for a variety of reasons, mainly because he is just so efficient. He could score from basically anywhere. He passes the eye test with flying colors if that's all you're really concerned about. He has all the skill, talent that anyone ever needs to put the ball in the basket, and he does so better than almost anybody. And today I wanted to go through the main stats and things that I found out when I did a little more digging on why Kevin Durant is a top 3 scorer ever to me. I will preface all of this by saying I'm not a KD fan. I do think he's a snake. He's been weird. He's had these things recently with the weird, text messages about his teammates. Whatever. I'm just talking about how he can put the ball in the basket. That's it. And that's where I have to defend him. So, first up, we'll go with volume and efficiency. He has 7 seasons with 2,000 points and a 60% or higher true shooting percentage. That's the most ever. He has more than Harden, Kareem, LeBron, Jordan, Dantley, Giannis, everybody. And I mean, when you're that efficient, when you're scoring that much, that's just something to behold. And yeah, he did all of this from 2009 to 10 all the way up until this past season. So I mean, I don't know, he's been doing it forever, and it's just incredible to see how efficient he can be with the volume that he has. Now, with 25 plus point per game seasons with a 60% or higher true shooting, he's also in first with 12 of those seasons. He's ahead of Steph, LeBron, Harden, Barkley, Kareem, Jordan. He has 3 times as many as Barkley, Jordan, Kareem. He has as many as those 3 combined. So, once again, great volume, but even better efficiency. Now, I looked at shot distances, and for mid range shots outside of 10 feet, Kevin Durant is the 3rd most efficient with a 47.3 field goal percentage. He's behind only Chris Paul and Steve Nash for those who took at least 5,000 attempts. But if you look at all these guys' career points per game, Kevin Durant blows them out of the water. He's got 27 points per game. The next highest, Dirk, Glenn Robinson, have just under 21 points per game. So, once again, he is right up there within 1% of the most efficient mid-range scorers, but he completely destroys them in career point per game by over 10 points per game. For 3-point efficiency, minimum 5,000 attempts, he is in 7th with 39.2% from beyond the arc, and once again, he has the highest career point per game average. Steph Curry is a little bit closer here. Again, he's one of the best scorers ever, but everyone else on the list, Kevin Durant has them comfortably, while again being top 10 in efficiency. And for overall efficiency, outside of 3 feet, minimum 5,000 shots, he is 5th in field goal percentage with just under 45%. And once again, he clears all these guys in career points per game by a comfortable margin. Jonas Valanciunas sticks out like a sore thumb. Steve Nash, very efficient, but not really a big volume scorer. So Kevin Durant, once again, super efficient and just topping everyone when it comes to points per game as well. He could score from anywhere and still can. Now, this one was interesting. I took guys with a minimum of 800 games and ordered them from highest points per game to lowest. Well, I took the top 20. Kevin Durant is 4th in those who have 800 or more games. And I also took their field goal attempts per game, and I found out how many points per field goal attempt they have. Inside the top 15, Kevin Durant has the most points per field goal attempt. So he's at about 1.46 points per field goal attempt. To find someone with that or higher, you got to go down to, looks like 16th with Adrian Dantley, who is actually the highest in the top 20 at about 1.54. But Kevin Durant, he's in the top 4 for points per game for those who played 800 games, and he's higher points per field goal attempt than anyone else in the top 15. higher than Jordan, higher than LeBron, Iverson, Dominique, Kareem, Larry. I mean, he's just, once again, wasting nothing. He's wasting nothing. No shots wasted with him. He's just too good, too skilled, too efficient. And I just thought this was interesting because I never really thought about it this way. But when I put it into a table and saw these numbers, I wasn't really surprised actually, but it just was like, wow, I'm seeing this for real. He's just otherworldly. And for 30 and 40-point games, this is the one thing I think people will push back on and say, well, he doesn't have many, he doesn't even have a 60-point game, I don't think. He doesn't have many 50-point games, but he's fourth in 30-point games, and he will score 30 points 36.4% of the time based on his career. It's like slightly ahead of LeBron, um, slightly ahead of Kobe, I believe. And for 40-point games, he's seventh with 74, and that's 6.2% of his games. I think that's, again, a little ahead of LeBron. I think Kobe has him this time. The only guy who's well above everyone in something like this is Jordan, which, I think that's not as big of a surprise, but I wanted to still show like he's still up there, and I think if he took a few more attempts per game, at least for some of his seasons, he could have added dozens to these. And yeah, it's just a lot of these stats to me were super incredible. And once again, I think a combination of his skill, his talent, the ability to score from anywhere and do it efficiently. I mean, you really just can't find an area on the court where he's bad from, I'm sure. The eye test, all these guys, yeah, they'll pass the eye test, but for a 6'11" guy to be able to handle, shoot, get around defenders, finish, pull all these crazy tough shots, like, I don't know, it'd be tough to see it again. But for these reasons, I do think Kevin Durant is a top 3 scorer ever. Let me know what you guys think. Who are your top scorers in NBA history? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.